What's going on, guys? Welcome back to No Impulse Control. I am Justin.
I am Jasmine. Hopefully, you can hear me a little better.
That was 2 weeks ago, though, so
That's fine.
maybe, hopefully last week's works fine. But
Last week was
anyways,
easier.
easier. It was easier, and that's it. See you in the next one.
Oh, Lord.
Um. Okay, so I had a question from last week that we didn't actually get to, and I only asked because in that time when I was thinking it, it was what was on my brain. So now it's not, but I just wanted to know your answer, so I've held on to it for a week. Um, yeah,
Kudos
you're
to you.
welcome.
Did you write it
Thank you.
down?
I did. I wrote it down when we did last week, and that's what
Yeah,
locked it into my brain.
I got you. Yeah,
You know,
locking things down writes them in your brain. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. I mean,
kind of.
kinda. You're not wrong. What is this? Why is this crumpled up? Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. So the question was for you, Jasmine, was what are some songs that are like your go-to mood setters? So for example, myself, I if I'm feeling like dancey or movie, or if I'm
Hmm.
I feel like when I I can think of an instance not too long ago where I was cleaning and I wanted something to kind of sing and clean and kind of put myself into their shoes. So I
Was it
went
Dolly
to
Parton?
no. No. It was well, Hamilton's always a go-to if I'm in that mode, but also what was the one that I went to? It was from Dear Evan Hansen, the musical. Basically musical songs, like the ones that I really know that I can put myself into their shoes.
Yeah.
That's like
Don't put yourself in Jennifer Hansen's
what I
shoes.
don't um moving on. Or you want to get hyped, you have a song for
Yeah.
that, or you want to feel
Ooh.
your emotions, you throw yourself into
Um.
that.
So actually, I'm gonna pull up my Spotify because that's the
I was
best
gonna
way
say I
to.
might have to pull up my my
So.
music.
So I have a lot because there are certain songs, but my issue is that I listen to them so much that I then go, ugh, I don't want to
Yeah,
listen to this ever again. Like there are
fair.
some really dope songs that I listened to recently that I was like, I have to because I missed, like I'm out of skips or whatever on whatever thing. But
Yeah.
um I've been listening to a lot of like Linkin Park radio recently because I'm going to their concert in July.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to like prep for that and listen to their set list, but anything by the Offspring really gets me going.
Fair.
Um very specifically um Pretty Fly for a White Guy. If I want to just be in like a windows down tomboy mood, that song can usually get me into that mood. Na Na Na
We're
by My
also
Chemical
right in
Romance.
we're also right in that time where you specifically will become you're like you're coming out of your cocoon again this year.
The sun's out. I don't
Windows
know if
start
that.
coming
So
down,
can
the
I just
sun
say?
starts shining on you, and
Can
you
I
start
just
wearing your button-up shirts and
not be?
sunglasses,
No, literally not me
jean
pulling these.
shorts.
I pulled these off moments before we recorded because they've been sitting on my head like this all day. The
That's what I'm
jean
saying.
shorts.
Jasmine has a summer. She is a summer vibe when summer comes around. But you watch it. It's so funny as as me, because I'm watching her go from this bundled up with her knitted what are those things called, shawls,
Cardigans.
cardigans, and she's bundled up. She's got her winter stuff on. She's like, oh, okay, class, here we go. And then summer hits and she's like, whoop, let's fucking
Okay, I don't
party.
wabam anything. Do I really have like that drastic of a change?
100% Jurassic. And you know what? No one actually truly started to show. And I actually appreciate him for this. When you and Storm had that summer together. Because
That was
what
a
that
fun
did
one.
for you is that gave you an identity more than what you were. And you already had it realistically, but it
It
was
was
just
just
kind of
buried.
it was 100% buried because you
You know
wouldn't
what
show
though?
it with me, because I'm not like that, but Storm allowed
Well,
that.
and it's not that you wouldn't have allowed it. I
I
don't
would have
think,
allowed it, yeah, 100%.
but I
Allowed isn't
think
the
it
right word,
was
but
no, but kind of because it wasn't like I I fit myself to fit in wherever I'm at, right?
Hmm.
Um and so when I was with you, I wouldn't have been like that because that wouldn't have fit in as well. Like I was sporty with you. Like I did
Hmm.
sporty things. And I like sports, but I was like I did more intramurals than I ever thought that I was going to do as a college student when I was like living with you one, but also just like being there and I went to sporting events whatever. So I was a different person in that. And
Hmm.
that's a part of me, but it becomes bigger. But with
Right.
Storm, it was a very different thing. Like I could be this very authentic part of me that I had never really explored
Hmm.
because that was what he brought out. And
Right.
now it's sort of like I'm comfortable in it.
Which is
Um
great. I'm fine. I like when you
do you know
have
what's
your
really
comfortability
funny?
because it makes you who you are.
Do you know what's really funny?
What?
Is that's changing again
That doesn't surprise
and
me.
it's moving more into like more feminine stuff, but I will say the jean shorts finally died.
I
Like
mean, it was
the
bound
jean
to happen.
shorts.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. It's
So guys, I've had this pair of jean shorts since high school. Not that I've been the same size since high school. They've just molded to my body at this point, and they were quite old, so quite stretchy. So just keep that in mind. And these were the jean shorts. Like you wear these jean shorts at the first of summer. And I tried them on the other day, well, back in February when I was going to see Connor. And I pulled them on to see, like, do they fit? Do I still look in them? Whatever. And as I pulled them up over my ass, I heard the rip in my thigh. And I was like, no. And I couldn't button them like the
mm,
right way. And then I stood in front of the mirror. And instead of like, you know how a stomach usually kind of like has, rolls whatever, whatever. But it went down. My stomach went down. And then I had like a big like lump because
mm,
all the fabric of the jeans was lumped in the middle. So I looked like I just stuffed shit into my pants. I looked like I was wearing a diaper.
yeah.
And then I went to move and just sort of like shifted around and they finally shattered. So I think this summer is going to be linen pants. I think I'm going to be living in
No,
linen
you're not
shorts.
gonna do
Not
linen.
not linen pants, sorry, linen
Okay.
shorts.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I tried them last year. Loved them. Great for beach days, great for being at the campfire, less restrictive than jeans.
Hmm.
Throw them over a bathing suit. They were great.
It's a dangerous game, though. Here's because I've
Okay.
I've learned this, and I'm still fighting it. Um, it's a dangerous game if you don't have buttons.
What?
I don't wear like I'm about to spoil some secrets here, but I don't know if you knew, Jasmine, your clothes don't matter to how professional you are. Like in
What?
my opinion. In my opinion. I
What?
know. I know. Insanity. I understand.
Justin,
But
you're riding a dangerous game here. If I
no,
wear
let me
jeans, I can't
oof.
teach.
Oh, you're well, I mean, if you wear jeans, your kids will not respect you.
That's all
And
right. They
even
don't
worse,
anyway.
fair. And even worse, if you wear the same clothes that they do, they won't respect you at all.
No, they will call you cringy, actually.
Well, maybe yours do. Mine actually don't care. So, uh,
It's so odd. Yeah, they actually do not care.
they
It's
don't
so funny.
give
They
two
actually
shits.
don't care about what I'm teaching either, for the
Yeah,
record. Um,
fair, super
I could
fair.
wear a party dress and a clown hat, and the most I'd get out of them is like
Why?
that. Like that's what I'm getting. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
getting the ooze and the yeah. So anyway,
But yeah. So, anyways,
why is it a
dangerous
dangerous
game
game?
because when you're comfortable in the stretchy pants, we'll call them the stretchy stretches. Stretchy stretching, doing the stretchy.
Yeah.
And so you kind of fill out what it was, make it more.
Are you telling me if I don the linen pants, I'm gonna get fat?
No, 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 no. I
Because I
would never
assure
say
you, I
that.
can do that without the linen pants.
I'm
I
just saying
assure you.
it's not as noticeable realistically. Like I'm I say this.
Jeans show off more of
They're
the
yeah, yeah.
chunky.
No, no, no. Jeans show off more, but they don't stretch as much when it comes
No,
to like
no,
I
they
have a
don't.
pair of I have a pair of pants that when I
Proud
got
of
them,
you.
actually Nana was the one who bought them for me. My first ever pair of joggers. Um I can still wear them. I could.
Yeah,
I
that is a dangerous game with stretchy pants. Is they just sort of always fit,
Yeah,
like
I picked
as
them
long
up the
as
other
yeah,
day and
yeah.
I have a new pair, so the band is like a little tighter. It's not like super tight on me, but like it's a little
Hmm.
tighter so it fits to my hips. and I picked them up at the same time, both by the band, and one stopped here,
Yeah.
one kept going, and I was like, no, no. I had that like full on like
So
moment of like, shit, I'm getting fat. I already knew I was gaining weight. I knew that the belly was growing. I understand that, but my
yeah.
pants didn't need to call me out like that. Like, damn.
I put on so I went to Old Navy with the kids a while ago, my nieces, and I bought a pair in the size that I thought I needed. And kudos, I didn't need the biggest size, like, or not the biggest anyway, but I didn't need the size I got. So I
Mm,
tried them on the other day because I just wanted something cozy, comfy for the house.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they were like falling off of me, and I was like, okay, skinny queen, love that for you. Not skinny queen.
That was
Those
funny. I wasn't ready for
um
that. Ah.
but I tried them on and I was like, okay, they don't fit. But I think if I size down, they'll be too small.
Hmm.
So I thought I got the thin like linen ones. I actually got the thick like cotton ones,
Ooh.
which are fine, but they're not what I wanted, you know? But the linen ones I bought last year do not fit over my ass anymore. Your girl has been eating too many Oreos and doing not a squat. Um
So I have a question for you, and this is not meant to like
yeah, we
call
never
you
answered
out.
that music question, but
Oh,
yeah.
we'll get back to it. That's
Wonderful.
ADHD
Yeah, no,
for you.
call me out. Let's see.
So how many times in the past, I have my answer. In the past, we'll say 6 months, have you stepped on a scale? Not
Oh,
because I'm calling you
so
out in any way. I just want to know.
actually, I had to for my doctor. So I went to the doctor in January and I was supposed to monitor because I tried a new medicine.
Yeah.
So we were checking. So actually I've been losing weight because of this med that I'm on.
Okay.
It's ADHD meds and I don't know if y'all know this,
Excuse me.
but ADHD meds make you not want to eat. Because you're
Surprise.
so productive, but also it just like it curbs your appetite, and so I have to like force myself to eat lunch. Then I get home and I haven't eaten anything, and then I'm ravenous, which the Oreos. So
The cake, you know.
I don't eat cake. It's a
No,
lot
no,
of it's a
wrong
lot
cake,
of.
Jasmine.
Oh, I was
The realization on your face was so funny. Oh
oh my
man.
god. Okay, well anyway,
Yeah,
um,
I understand that. That's
yeah.
I so I
How often have you
struggle.
stepped on?
Oh, I in the past 6 months, what would that be? What's 6 months ago? Like no like November? Nope. It'd
Well,
be like
12 months
October.
ago would be April, May, Aprilish,
Why are we
Mayish.
going so far?
Well, hold on, because I'm doing math my way. So
Oh,
12 months
our
would be
brains went
that.
very
And then,
different directions.
well, okay, so then April, March, February, January, December, November.
So November. Cool. Thanksgiving. Um I
That's a
think
rough time to step on the scale, by the
yeah.
way, my friend.
I think the last time I stepped on a scale was before that. I stepped on one
Well,
like yesterday, but I didn't step on one before that for a while.
so
Um
can I ask you, and this is just because I know my feelings about it, how humbling was it?
oh, I could have, what's there's a song about curling up by the toilet and crying in the fetal position. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's what I was feeling in that
The
moment. And realistically, I want this to be very clear. I know that I gain weight, but I also don't think that I am like I don't I in my brain, so I undiagnosed, but I do know what it is, and I definitely have some of the um,
characteristics.
characteristics of it of body dysmorphia, which
I was like,
is.
where are we going with
Do you know what
this?
body dysmorphia is?
I do, yes. I
Okay.
also too have that. Yes.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't, just to kind of educate a little bit,
yeah.
body
Hmm.
dysmorphia is like you have a distorted image of what your body looks like, and
Yeah.
you very heavily uh
Fully
pu-
believe,
you fully believe,
even
and
with
you also
evidence
like
saying that is
otherwise,
different.
right?
Yeah.
But you
It's
punish
a
yourself, or you take like things out on you, like it's not great to do.
it's a form of an eating disorder too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that's when I talk about it most with my kids.
Hmm.
But yeah, so
But it's also
I
a
definitely.
psychological thing too. But
Correct.
sorry,
Yeah.
I keep
No,
interrupting.
you're
But yeah.
fine. It's true. Like these are all
Yeah.
facts. But yeah, so I definitely have part of that because
A
like
little
in my
touch
brain,
of body dysmorphia. A little touch. A
maybe a little more,
little
but
sprinkle. A little salty
a
sprinkle.
little salty sprinkle. Yeah.
Remember that meme?
Um,
What
yeah. Oh, I
what a
remember it.
wild time that was.
It was a deep cut, wasn't it?
Salt
Um,
Bay.
oh, yikes.
Yikes.
But I like when I look in the mirror, if I have my shirt off, like I'll go to the bathroom at night and not
Mm.
wearing a shirt, whatever. I'm in my
Don't
own
look in the
house, so
mirror.
like I do that. You know how my sink is set up. There's a mirror in front of me. I have nothing else to look at. I'm like in a
Down.
cubicle with
Look
a
down.
mirror.
You are. Yeah.
But I look in the mirror and I like my gut is the first thing I see because that's like
You
what I
automatically go to
focus
look
on.
at it.
Right. And I
Yeah.
feel like I look like Santa Claus. I know realistically that I'm not as big as what Santa Claus's character
Oh my
or
god.
like I know that.
I'm so
But that's
sorry.
no, look, that's what I'm saying is like the body dysmorphia is there. But that doesn't stop me from eating and it's not like affecting my eating habits. It's just a
Yeah.
more mental battle that I have to deal with.
Well, and then it's that self-punishment of like I'm eating more and then I could be like, "See, now I am actually." Yeah. No, I
Right.
get that.
Yeah, yeah. So when I stepped on the scale, not I wasn't completely shocked, but
Mhm.
I also wasn't happy with it because I also
Yeah.
have been working out. Like that's the other thing is I have been working out. So
Right.
part of what that might be is the
Muscle.
water weight hasn't left yet or has left and I've gained muscle
Keep
to
in
fill in that
mind,
block
we're also we're also coming out
coming
of
off of
one of
winter. Yeah.
well, we're coming off of winter and you do put more weight on during the winter, but also everybody just has food
Yeah.
all the time. Everywhere
It
you
is the
go, they're
most
offering you cakes.
yeah.
Stop offering me. Offer me a salad sometimes, you know?
I like salad. Like honestly,
I
if I could
have
choose
been
salad over cake,
craving
probably gonna.
I have been craving vegetables this week. I was telling my mom on the
Mm.
phone, like my mom asked me about it and she was like, it must be spring. And I was like, what does that mean? She goes, you do this every year. Like right when it starts to become warm out and the sun. And I was like, okay. So it's funny that you brought up that I have, but she's like, the sun hits you and you turn into like a rabbit. I go almost like this time of
That's
year,
so
I go
You know what?
almost vegetarian.
I don't know if your mom is watching,
Hey, mom.
but if you are, I see it. You literally opened my eyes to something that I was already seeing, but I see it now. I realize that's
Yeah,
what
that's what
I
I was
mean.
eating
It's
when we
been
logged on. I was eating a salad.
and how many years have we known each other? We've known each other for what?
7.
7 years.
8.
So this will
Almost
be
8
like
years, Justin. Oh my
yeah,
god.
this will be
That's
like
insane.
the seventh time that I've seen you go through this metamorphosis of winter Jasmine to summer Jasmine.
We used to
It's
call her
the it's
frat boy
the
Jasmine for the
yes.
record, guys.
I was trying to be nice.
You can call her frat boy Jasmine. She is long dead now,
Is
but
she? She's got tendencies. She's got
summer hasn't
tendencies.
happened. Summer hasn't happened yet, you know.
But yeah, so like I definitely think that there is an element of like it's
Yeah.
gonna change. It will
It
change. But
will.
there is that bit of
And
like
we're both of
break.
us are way more active in the summer. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
easier
100%.
to just not be active in the winter
Yeah.
because it's dark. So, candidly, it's very bright in my room right now. It is 6:39 and the sun is up.
Mm,
I'm in my
I know. I
element.
love it. I love it.
I'm so happy. I didn't have to turn a light on. I probably will here soon because like I can see the shadow on my face.
Yeah.
A big ass nose in the way, but like it's so nice. And now all I'm craving is like the sweet taste of veggies. Like I just want a hunk of celery to gnaw on for the next couple
Give me a
hours.
head of lettuce.
Give me a head of, you ever just want to bite lettuce?
I've always wanted to, and I've never done it.
I've done it. I've done it one time straight out of the garden. Do not recommend that.
Well, no, not straight out of the garden. You got
Well,
dirt
a
and
carrot
stuff
straight out of the
on it.
garden. Oh,
You know what's
straight out of the
good
ground,
straight out of the garden?
cleaned off. Green beans.
Green beans.
Green beans from the vine.
Green beans.
Snap
Or
them.
even better, and Nana, this comes from you
Snap
and
peas?
Grampy. Yellow beans.
Little yellow wax beans. Oh, don't even.
Give me them.
You know what? You know what's
Boom.
also really good? I like a radish out of the garden too.
I'm not a big radish fan. I'm gonna be honest.
This is a very weird podcast episode, by the way. I'm noticing
It's not
this.
weird.
I'm like,
This is ADHD.
so can I just tell you? You said that like that. Right now in our D&D campaign, you just reminded me of Shannon so bad right there. Grandius, I know you're listening, so you're going to get this reference.
Hi,
on
Gradius.
Hi, Antonio. So, for all you you friendly folk that are in our D&D campaign, hey, you're going to get this reference. We play Saturdays, and the map that we're using right now has the like buildings and rooms labeled like D3, D4 for like sake of ease, right? Because we're in a
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
And Shannon, we get in there and she goes, so you're traveling through, and she's got this like, the storytelling voice going. And so as you're traveling through and you notice, knickknacks on the wall and bones over there, and there's some blood spatters, and, what's you guys' passive perception? Okay. And as you enter B3, you notice, and she just like roboted all and the first time I was like, what? And I was like, I must have just heard it wrong. But then and she goes, and as you're floating, the river is taking you to D7. And I was like, what? What's happening?
Bingo? Did I win?
But it was like that robotic, like when the video game, like, you
Yeah, yeah.
you type in your own name and it's like, darling, come home, Markiplier. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only person I could think of. But like, you put in your name and it robots
Right, yeah.
just sent me. So you saying
ADHD.
that reminded me of that. So
Speaking
but
of
yeah,
D&D,
yeah.
so two things. One, I'm listening to a podcast, which is
Hmm.
a D&D podcast. I
Hmm.
think I've spoke about it on here. I don't remember. I know I've
Dungeons
told
and
you about it.
Daddies, right?
Dungeons and Daddies, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like four dads. They're playing as dad
Hmm.
characters. Four dads get lost in the Forgotten Realm, and they have to. I'm like giving the intro right now. They have to find their sons. And I'm at this point, which I love. I like. There are certain podcasts that will literally make me laugh out loud, and this is one of those that I like legitimately am cackling almost every episode. And
I
I'm
love
that's not
those.
good. It's not good because I'm usually listening when I'm not supposed to. So like I'll be driving and that's fine, but if I'm crying laughing while driving, that's kind of
Oh,
dangerous.
it's dangerous. Yeah.
Or like I'll be like working out and I'm like listening to it and I'm like I'm trying to count
You
while
can
they're
listen
like, "Oh
to
yeah."
a
And then
podcast
oh yeah. Oh
while you
yeah.
work out.
Oh yeah.
You don't do music?
I can't. I so
All right,
if
sociopath.
no, listen, that's not nice. But anyways, if I like listen to too much music, then I get bored of the music.
Well, that's why you gotta find a playlist with songs you don't know.
Oh no 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 no
No,
no no
like you
no no
gotta
no
find
no
like
no.
your genre, right? But like songs you don't, or not even songs you don't know, songs you just haven't listened to in a while. That's the
Ah,
best workout music.
that's why I do like on when we play Repo at night. Like I'm listening to songs because
Oh, I assure you, I'm
you're also
very
listening to
aware.
songs. Yes,
No, no, no. I'm listening to you sing songs. This
I
motherfucker.
I do feel
So
kind of
Repo,
guilty because I feel like
yeah,
a lot of people are gonna be are annoyed by it, but they won't tell me, and I kind of want them to, but at the same time, I'm actually having fun, and so I don't want them to
I
ruin
think,
it.
I think the thing is though, is like it's okay, like you're singing whatever, as long as you're not like actively doing it in order to kill people, it's
Oh yeah,
intent.
no,
So like we played with a few people. I don't know if you were there. I don't think you were there for that one. No, because I told you about it
you
afterwards where I was
told
like,
me,
this
yeah,
weird guy joined. But like there were a couple people that joined that were fine, but they were very explicitly doing stuff in order to get us killed. And
mm,
that's where I was like, I don't want to do this. Like it
yeah,
just wasn't fun because I don't want that.
right.
Um but yeah, um I don't remember what I was saying.
I was talking D&D Dungeon and Daddies workout music.
I
Anyways,
don't know.
so yeah, I usually listen to like the
Oh yeah,
podcast when
why
I'm
did you
not
start
supposed to.
talking about Dungeons and Daddies? Just to tell us how good
Uh,
it was?
yeah, basically,
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoy
Cool,
it.
cool, cool. Yeah.
Um, but
We
actually,
actually
they're actually in a scene right now where I say a scene. It's been like 3 episodes, but they're in
yeah,
a scene right now where it's like they're playing. It's called Fortnights, but it's Fortnite,
incredible.
but it's like them like actually in as the characters and like
That's
there's
incredible.
zones. Oh, it's so friggin' funny.
That's good.
And there was so I'm assuming you're never gonna listen to it because you told me that it wasn't really your vibe, which is fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Um, but I was like listening to one of the episodes, and so they had just gotten to one of the kids, like they finally got him,
Yes.
and they're playing
Yep.
this Fortnites, and there's this like extreme like level 20 bad guy that they're trying like there's four of them they're trying to like protect, and somehow they figured out that they could trap him in wood. So he's running in. He casts a spell to get rid of like a wood barrier that they had, and then one of them had a visor that its magic power was you could change 2 letters in the name of the spell to change what the spell does. So one of them, who was a bar, I don't remember what he was, but he basically said, he's like, I'm gonna pull out my visor and I'm gonna change healing. Oh, how did he
Healing
healing
word.
healing word? Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
change healing word to healing wood to bring the wood back as he's jumping through the window. So, so what they did was they had somebody who could like I think it was like hold still was another one
Mm-hmm.
that they cast hold still on a guy who as
Oh,
they
hold
were jumping
person.
through the
Yep.
hold person on a
Yep.
guy who was jumping through the wood as this person cast healing wood, and it brought the wood back together on the guy so that the wood is now holding him still as well as the guy holding saying hold person. So
With the
this guy this
concentration. Yeah. Oh
with
my
the
god.
concentration, but this is a level 20 character, like he is like a badass, and these are all like level 7s. I don't even think they're at level
This
7.
DM. This DM must be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Literally every episode, it's so funny. But he ends up like he's trapped and they're like fighting to figure out what should we do, and they're like the DM goes, you have like a minute and then he's gonna get out of this and kill you all basically. And so one of them had a shotgun because they found a random shotgun in the place that they were. And so they said, kid, look over there. And the dad of this kid who had a holdup of like wanting to shoot somebody grabbed the gun from another one and just pops him like point range, like nose to nose with this guy, just pops him. And then the kid goes, what? And starts turning back. And so the other dad grabs the gun and holds it like this, as if he like just got it back. And the kid turns and sees that the other one's holding the gun. And the dad who shot him was like, wow, what a crazy situation. I don't know what happened. Like trying to play it off like he didn't just murder a guy. It was so funny. And like I didn't explain it well. I want that to be like I
No,
was,
that was great.
but it was so like oh my goodness. The other D&D thing is I now have a kid in yours and my
Mazel
um
tov. Oh
yeah,
yes, you
that's
have a
their name is
child.
Mazel Tov. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a beholder dragon mix. It's very cute.
Yeah. So,
I don't know how we got out of there with it. I'm gonna be honest.
sheer audacity. I think you're very fuzzy. By the way,
I
you're
am
not in
very fuzzy.
focus. I don't know what happened to you.
I'm gonna go away for a second. Not like
Okay.
leave. I'm here. I'm listening. But
Yeah. So, anyway, that's worse.
how
Actually,
dare you?
that's worse. Oh,
Focus on me. I'm over here.
it's not even focusing on anything in the screen. It's just not focusing.
Focus. Vote.
Oh, it's focusing on your mic. Well, now everything's blurry.
I don't know. We're gonna have to
All
just live
right.
with it.
Well, anyway, no, we're in a. It was supposed to be a one shot, but now it's a
It was.
seven. We're on like
I
we're
think
on
that's my
session.
fault. I'm gonna be honest.
It's not
Are you
because it
sure?
was yes because I was there for the first one, and then we just kept going past the first one. It's a homebrew, and so it just keeps getting added to, and I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
is awesome.
excited. Um, but no, so we encountered a beholder. Didn't know there were two of them, but we encountered a beholder, and Justin's character that I made. That I was like, you can just have this free character that I made. Um,
Didn't
is
go the plan. Didn't follow your plan at all for
no,
what this character
no.
was gonna be.
You can also change any of that backstory. Like,
I like the backstory. I think it
okay,
fits.
yeah, I was gonna say any. Like, I just made that up on the spot, kind of thing.
I also think
Um,
because we're also talking are in. I'm not really sure if I'm in or not, but that one in May,
oh,
the
you're
one
in.
that's okay.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna use Dave or
I
Dale,
love
whatever
it.
his name is.
Did I tell you that I made a tiefling rogue for that one?
No.
Her name's Calliope, and you would think so.
Ooh.
What if I say
Callie.
Calliope. What do you
Grey's Anatomy.
Lopi.
Calliope?
Her name is Calliope. She goes by Lopi.
Lopi.
That's her nickname is Lopi.
I like that actually.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of her
Cute.
backstory where she gets called Dopey Lopi
Oh,
because
she's kind of dopey.
she was very sleepy as a child.
Oh,
Um
gotcha.
but yeah, no, so we're going to be in another D&D thing, but no, we encountered beholders which are, just look that up for me real quick.
They're
Those of you listening who don't
yeah,
know. They're like big octopus guys. Well,
and
no,
at the
not
end of
really actually. They're just a giant head with eye
uh,
sockets coming off of them.
a giant eye, not even a head.
Yeah, it's weird. Um and there was some relations between
I don't know how
Tybo.
I got out of it. I'm gonna be honest, because even Shannon was like, "You're gonna die." Like she,
Yeah,
when we like, I
you
can say this
the
now. She texted me after and was like, "Hey, I just want to make sure everything's fine. Like, are we good?
yeah.
Like, are you okay? The direction. Also, be prepared for death." Like, it's like, damn.
Shannon
Okay,
was like, "Actually, this might be a one shot for you."
yeah, and so yeah, basically what happened was without even trying, my character has wicked
Succeeded.
riz and rizzed
No,
up
your
this
character
beholder,
shouldn't is the thing.
and this beholder uh, impregnated me. Um, Mind
Yeah,
you, I'm
I
a
gotta
male
turn the light on
character.
real quick.
Yeah, I'll keep explaining. I'm a male
Yeah,
character, and so not really sure how I survived. It's all kind of fuzzy with a lot of colors, maybe some gold and red and green, but very, very interesting method. And honestly, the baby, freaking adorable.
adorable. Yeah, no, that was a weird session, and we bring it up in our Saturday one because I said something about like we got a child or something like that, and Grandius or Antonio was like, and so it was just super funny. But so
But yeah,
Justin, I looked up because I accidentally closed one of my tabs, and I just need to share this with you. I looked up, "Am I the asshole?" But I
mm.
didn't look up "Am I the?" I just looked up. I'm on Reddit because that's where the page is. Asshole.
You
Okay.
just looked up asshole.
Yeah, I forgot the rest of the sentence, so I just looked up the one word. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Now, many of them are not safe for work.
I
I'll
was
be
gonna say, I
honest.
feel like a lot of
Like
them would probably be like,
porn, yes.
yeah, no, I was gonna say
However,
not podcast worthy things, but yeah, go on. Probably podcast
well,
worthy things. They'd probably get us a lot of hits, just not the hits that we want. No,
so
that's the
I thought about
wrong. It's the wrong site for that.
that'll be on our Patreon.
No, no, no,
That
not
will
our
not be.
Patreon.
Sorry, that will not be on our Patreon. We will do nothing of the sort. I meant the pictures, but
What
anyway,
Patreon? Pff, we're not that big.
no, we will be. Growth mindset. Growth mindset.
We're at 43.
Growth mindset.
We dropped.
Did
We
we?
were at 44 at one point.
Which one of you hoes?
Watch it be
Anyway,
like
so
somebody you didn't mean to.
yeah, so I looked up asshole, and the first thing is from a page called Trashy, and it
Oh.
said the post is from 3 years ago. 3 years
Three,
ago, and it says 3 years ago. Um, I've been having the worst.
3 years
Like
ago. You
I've
went
been having.
super Canadian over in Nova
I
Scotia
did.
with all your family, huh? I don't know what that was, but
That was rude. So anyway, it is from Trashy from three
oh,
years ago, and it says asshole smelling a woman's butt. I gotta know what that is, you know?
do you though? Like,
Yep, so I'm
you
gonna
know,
watch it. So what it is they're in like a drugstore.
you're
It's
watching
on a
it.
security. Yeah, it's not porn. It's like a news thing. So it's a security camera. Oh my god!
It's porn.
He no. They're in a drugstore. She's like reaching up. She's looking for stuff. This man comes up behind her, gets down on all fours, crawls up behind her, and smells her butt. You can't do that.
No,
Oh my god, somebody called him a legend.
of course. Hey, speaking of things that you can't do you see that video? And this actually gets me a little upset. Do you see that video of the Minecraft movie and a bunch of like teenagers
Yes.
bringing
Yes, I
in
did. Yes, I did.
what goblins?
For those of you who haven't been on the internet recently or value yourself and haven't seen the Minecraft video, there's a new movie out. It's a Minecraft movie,
A-
whatever.
Apparently, it's doing really well. Like
I think it might be doing
buku
well as a
dollars.
meme
Oh,
though, because it's got
100% a
Jack Black
meme.
in it. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
it's got Jason Momoa in it. Like however,
Braden
a
Theater
group
was
of
loaded for like a week,
I know.
which is the Prescal Theater. I don't know if you knew that or
Yeah,
not, but
I did not.
yeah,
But the there was a theater and I don't remember where,
I
but
don't either.
like 30 odd teenagers, let's say 15 average because there was a bunch of ages, came into the theater to watch this movie. And they all got popcorn and drinks and stuff like that. And they smuggled in a thing that I will reveal later.
Yeah.
And what happened was at a certain scene that I
There's
don't.
also, I want this to be very clear as well.
Yes.
It's not just them in the theater. There
Oh,
are
it's the whole
families.
theater. Yeah. So also during this, they'd already been told by the manager twice that if they did not stop, so the first time the manager came in was like, guys, we've been getting reports, like, chill it. He paused, bless you. He
Thank you.
paused the movie and was like, cool it. Because
Cut it out.
they were like saying lines, they were yelling, they were just
Hmm.
being obnoxious.
Yeah.
And then they'd already obviously seen the movie because they were repeating lines and whatnot. And it's like if you've ever been to like a live Rocky Horror Picture Show where they encourage like the audience to participate,
Yeah.
that was not this situation. They actually discourage it at most theaters. I don't know if you're aware of that,
Almost all
Justin.
theaters, actually.
The movie theater actually has a big sign. It's usually made on like Microsoft like Word kind of
Yeah.
situation where it's like a big or Microsoft PowerPoint where it says like turn off all cell phones and shut the fuck up.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. Um, PowerPoint. So anyway, I just wiped straight across my glasses. That's great.
Nice.
So anyway, so they came into the theater. They'd gotten the first warning. The second warning, manager comes in and was like, "Knock it off, or you're done. Like I will end the movie, and everybody will go home. So not only will you ruin it for yourselves, you will ruin it for every other person in here."
Mhm.
So there's a scene that comes on that says something like "chicken jockey."
They're in, from my understanding, they're in the middle of like a boxing ring, basically.
Yeah.
And they have to battle different like creatures from Minecraft the game.
Oh.
And one of them is a chicken jockey, which is a chicken with a baby zombie on top of it. And in the game, they're like one of the hardest to kill because they're so freaking fast. So like they're running around, zipping around you, and they
I
get you.
understand.
Yeah.
No one had explained that to me. So my kids were all saying it and I banned it from my classroom.
Fair. That's
because I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
So anyway, so chicken jockey was said or whatever and they all screamed chicken jockey and all of them, all 30 of these teenagers threw their popcorn and drinks, by the way, too. Just
popcorn,
for the record.
drinks. They had those
candy,
those popping confetti things.
poppy confetti, and then one of these assholes pulled out a live chicken.
A live chicken got into a theater. These are your kids. Well, I say your kids. It's not either of our kids, but these are the kids of America. I want that to be very clear. The kids of America.
America, whoa! Everybody live for the music. Go around, da, 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 da. What a good song, by the way.
Oh, such a good song. I say this also in the same breath of like, this isn't
this is not uncommon.
This is everyday life for teachers. As two teachers, this is everyday life.
When you tell me shit like my kid would never, go watch that video. Your kid does.
So I've always had this thought. I think that to have your kid go to any public school, because you can't really do it to a private school, because like as much as it's private school and there's a lot of like you could do whatever you want basically in private school. But any kid that needs to go to a public school, I firmly believe that as a parent of a kid wanting to go into that, you just need like a mom or a dad or an aunt, whoever the guardian is. They need to sub for as many days as kids you have in the district.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you have a kid in the middle school, in the high school, and the elementary school, you need a sub one day in each of those levels of school
Yeah.
to basically like give your kid a pass and see what your kids are doing, because they're not doing what they're telling you. They aren't.
I think that when parents say things like they would never in my class,
Bet.
that well bet, but also I'm like you should come observe them. Like I would encourage
I
and
would
say
love to have parents be in the school. Like, I
I
wouldn't love it
think
as in like you're gonna boss me around, but like come in and
but
see.
I think it would be a really good experience, especially like and I luckily don't have a lot of parents who do that. I'm also in a very different circumstance.
Yeah.
But when I was in public school and I would have, and I would call parents to be like, "Hey, so, little Tina or little Jimmy whatever did, XYZ thing," and they would
Hmm.
respond with, "Well, I just don't think my kid would do that." Bestie, who was there? Like
I also like, and
what
this is,
like up
sorry,
does
go
it
ahead.
give me to lie to you?
Right,
Like what benefit does that gift me?
right. I
I made
also
these
am a
dirtier
big,
actually.
I'm a big proponent of, I don't personally, I don't want to call for bad things. I think that the bad things should honestly come from the
Admin.
principal. Admin should be the ones making the
Right.
call about those. So if
And
I
then if you
send a
have
kid out,
questions, you can follow me up. Like,
right.
yeah.
If I send a kid out, it should be the admin making the call. I don't believe the teacher should have to do that. Now, if a teacher would like to, because they
Right.
keep having the issue and they know that other teachers are not having the issue,
Right.
then fine, go for it. But I don't believe that they are, and I say this with so much love to anybody who doesn't believe teachers are paid, or that believes teachers are paid exactly what they deserve. Um, you cannot force me to call a parent of a kid who's been acting up in my class if you're only going to pay me lower than what a babysitter gets. You just don't get to tell me that. And
Oh, sorry.
and what I was going to add is like and I say this because I do this. One of the things that I do is I try very hard to look for something each week that at least one of my kids have done, that
Yeah. Oh my
I write a
god.
postcard and I say, your kid, little Jimmy did this thing today in class, and I really wanted you to hear about it because
Mhm.
I am very proud of their actions. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
I've sent out maybe 10 this
Mhm.
year because I'm forgetful and forgot about it for a little while. But I've sent out maybe 10, and at least 6 of those kids that I sent them out to
Mhm.
came back and was like, "Hey, thank you. Like, I appreciate that. I didn't realize that, that was a thing you did." And like, it was a super awesome like way, but I was like, yeah, that's what positive reinforcement is. Do good thing, get good
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Unga bunga.
Onga bonga. But yeah, so to have kids go into a movie theater and do
Well,
that, like,
to have them go in
it's
and then
crazy.
to not even expect them to clean it up afterwards. Like there was
I
some
think there
kid
should
who
have been.
posted.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say there was one of the kids posted and they were like, "Can you guess where we were all sitting?" Yeah, motherfucker, we can.
Yeah, it's pretty
We
clear.
can we can see where you because he shows it goes from almost no popcorn to more and more and then it's everywhere and it's disgusting. And
Hmm.
there's 6 or 7 workers in the background. Have you ever seen 6 or 7 workers at a movie theater? I mean, also
Nope.
we're in a small area, but
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 even so, that theater wasn't huge. It
no,
wasn't a massive
that
one.
was not a massive. I'm actually gonna look up where that was while we're talking.
I also like, and with that, like, I get, the idea of like, kids will try to have fun. They're gonna push buttons. They're gonna do these things. I get that, but it's getting to the point that a lot of kids now don't believe that the consequences are gonna get
Real.
them. Right. If 30 adults went into that movie theater and did that same exact thing, what would
They
happen?
would the police would have been called.
The police would be there, there would be charges given. I'm not
Yeah,
saying call the police on kids. I'm not
I
saying
am.
that. I mean, they
These
deserve it, yeah,
these
but
are
like,
not young kids though, to be
no, they're
fair.
high schoolers. High schoolers, that's why I work with high schoolers, because I know that I can give them accurate like consequences that they actually deserve.
Oh wait, guys, wait, I found it. It's public. I can share it. I'm gonna share it. Okay, guys, you need to see this. It's insane.
Like I have a kid who skipped my class. He got suspended for skipping the class, and now because he lied to me about it, I'm a big proponent of don't lie. Like that's not something you do. And so he lied to me, and now I hold him accountable every time he asks me to do something. I'm like, okay, so hey, can I go? Like he'll want to eat lunch in our SLO or SRO
Yeah.
office, which is
I have
fine.
a
Kids can
hair
do
on my
that.
shirt.
But I literally I'm like, why do you think that I should trust you to be able to go out there and eat? Like I'm like I you laugh. I don't. I'm like always doing this. I did it today because he didn't have a good day yesterday. So I was like, dude, you have 3 days left until break. Why in the world are you acting up to the point that you're gonna like lose this opportunity, this privilege? Because you don't have to eat out there. I can make
Right.
it so that you stay in here. Not a threat,
Right.
but I have that right. And so like you gotta just act right. Like it's not hard.
Hmm.
You were doing stupid things. Like he pushed a kid into a locker. You very
Oh my
easily could have
word.
chose not to do that, but you chose to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a big proponent of holding kids accountable. Mm, So
And
I'm pretty
speaking
sure I've
of,
said that before. Yeah. It was obviously planned too. Like
Last night, I made the mistake of going to.
okay, well,
hello.
yeah.
But yeah. So I don't get it. I don't understand why like as a kid I would never have done that.
No.
I
No.
wouldn't have done it.
I no. No.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
I can't fathom the idea of bringing a chicken to a movie theater
Stop my ears.
or even like dumping pop. I spill popcorn and I feel bad about it. Like
I dropped a Mike and Ike the other day when we went. So Connor and I went to go see Princess Mononoke, which is a Studio Ghibli movie. Which, by the way, I feel like you would really like. It was very good, very like Spirited Away and like My Neighbor Totoro, very similar, but like completely different movie. Very good. Anyway,
mhm.
getting off track, but we went to go see it together before he left for his trip, and I dropped a candy, and I just about had a conniption
I
because
couldn't find it.
I couldn't
Yeah.
find it. It was gone. I felt so bad. And I was like, they're gonna have to find this. If I would have a very hard time being an adult in that theater if I had seen them throw things. Like I'd have a very hard time not being like, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Preschool pause. Pre-K pause, not preschool. Pre-K pause.
Yeah.
What is happening? I would
I
have a
so
very hard time not like coming. Yeah.
in my current state of mind, especially
Mm-hmm.
with middle school and high schoolers,
Yeah.
I I believe that I have found my line. I believe that I've found like how when you're a new teacher, you're like hesitant, like you're not really you want to be a friend,
Right.
but you don't want to, I found my
Right.
line. I know exactly where that line is, and if you pass that line, you're going to get a consequence. And that consequence could range from I'm going to have a conversation with you and we're going to just sit and talk,
Mm-hmm.
or it could go to me not yelling. Like I want that to be very clear. I don't yell at my kids. I don't yell at my students. I don't
Mm-hmm.
scream. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
very I'm not a yeller. It's just not like something I want to do for my kids. But it will be I'm going to make sure it's a very stern voice and you're going to get out of my classroom or get out of like I sent two
Right.
kids to the office the other day because they were throwing food in the cafeteria. And it wasn't just like get out. It was like I'm not going to use their name, but it was like, Tom and Jerry, get to the office or something
Not
like that. It
Tom
was
and
very clear.
Jerry.
Like
Yeah.
I like it was snappy, it was quick, and they knew
Yep.
they messed up. Like I believe I found that line, which is awesome. I love that for
I think
myself.
I've this is my third year and I think I'm really starting to find that. Like I have a good idea of where it is, but sometimes it wavers. But I think that I'm actually starting to like I know where my line is of like, okay, you've crossed a boundary.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
mine is also physical stuff. Like I work in a place where kids put their hands on me all the time, right? Like
Mhm.
they're constantly hitting or whatever. I can handle like a little slap to the arm. I'm not gonna like freak out about because I know that you're really not trying to hurt me. But there are some things like I don't do hair pulling. I will not. I do
Mhm.
not do attempts to punch me in the face. This cannot be touched. I also like if kids are getting really in my personal space and to a point where they're like putting me in a corner. No, like
No.
that's unsafe. I wouldn't do that to you. That's unsafe. So, but I mean, it's a very different boundary line, but I have some.
I'm also like, and I think I think part of
No,
what
you're good.
the boundary
Hmm.
for me, because I do want them, like I want them to be comfortable around me. That's all, like that's the thing that every
Right.
teacher wants.
Well,
But at
setting
the same
boundaries makes
time,
kids comfortable.
right, exactly.
Like
So you got to
clear.
set
What
that
is that state?
extra,
Clear is kind.
yeah.
A clear
And
boundary is a kind boundary.
right. And so like for me, I've had kids who like they'll come up, and again, different levels of students that we
Yeah.
have, but they'll come up and they'll be like, "Dap me up." And I'm not like, "No.
You're
I'll
not a
shake
dap
your
me up
hand."
guy.
I'll shake your hand, and usually like they'll go, "Yeah, dap me up," and I'll just put my hand out like a handshake, and then they'll be like all confused and do the handshake, and like I'll mess with them. Like I have one kid who I before I did this the first time, it was very like I was joking with him, we were messing around, and then he's like said something about like doing a trick on your hand, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Okay.
So I give him my hand, like a handshake, and he was trying to do the pinky pop, where you pop their knuckle, and he was trying to do it to me, and I guess I had
Next
stronger
time
hands. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it.
I guess I'm stronger than a high schooler.
No, I mean, some of the high schoolers are a lot stronger than me, and I know that. You got to know who to mess with, you know. But I like it's like you literally you shake their hand and then you're just like popping their pinky off of the knuckle. It doesn't feel good, but he couldn't do it, and I'm very good at it. Like I can do it really well to people. And so I just, firmly grasped his hand and popped it a couple times, and he goes,
Firmly grasp it.
firmly grasp it. But yeah, it was funny, and I
Yeah.
built that relationship up. And this is one of those kids that is a pain in the butt, and a lot of teachers have problems with him, but I don't because I've built that relationship. I've had those boundaries like
Yeah.
set. So he asked me the other day for a hug. He's not a hugger. I'm not a hugger.
Oh, no,
And
you're
I was like,
not.
do you really want a hug right now? And he's like, yeah. And so I, gave him a little hug. And then at one point, I felt him tighten, not like in like an emotional tighten, but like a tighten, like he's gonna do something. And I go, you better let me go. And so he starts laughing and does. Like
Yeah.
it was a very it was a good moment.
Yeah.
This is also the kid that I had a eighth grader starting to like come after me
Hmm.
after I had we said I was like he was in
Yeah.
trouble is what it was, and he was
Yeah.
walking the hallway, and he comes in and not stands in front of me, but kind of gets into the conversation and goes, "Don't mess with Mr. Davis."
He loves you.
He does, and that's something that
Aw.
I'm like, ah, oh, thank goodness, I'm building that relationship.
Thank God I've got a bodyguard.
I'm not worried, but
Yeah.
you never know. So
No, I've
it's
got a
just one of
couple
those
kids
things.
that if anyone were to actually say anything against me, they would definitely come to my defense.
Hmm.
And mine are fifth graders, so it's cute.
Yeah,
But I've had a couple kids who have, they say mean things because fifth graders say mean things. But
yeah.
they say mean things, and one of my kiddos will almost 100% of the time just be like, "Don't be mean to Miss Corkins." And I'm like,
You my bro,
kind
you're
of
my
brother.
bro.
Also, I just got my nails done, and you guys cannot see them at all.
Oh,
This
they
is a
look
little.
nice.
They're cherries. These are little blueberries. I have lemons, little flowers, and daisies.
Nice.
They're
I
super
also
summery.
would like to clarify for this kid, because
Mhm.
he's not a tiny kid. He is not he's not like one of those kids that comes up and don't mess with Mr. Davis type of situation. He's country boy, farmer boy,
You should tell me who it is after we
tall.
finish recording. I
You've
want to
never
know.
met him. He's a kid that came in after. I'll tell
I
you
still
who,
might.
but
I've been at multiple schools, Justin. I might know.
you won't. But yeah, I can tell you. I mean, I'll tell you his first name at least.
That's
Um,
valid. Yeah,
but yeah,
let's
so
work with FERPA here.
he's a tall kid and he's a
Yeah.
strong kid, and so to have him step in, it was kind of cool. But anyways, do you want to say what your socials are, or did
Oh,
you
I
have
was gonna
something
read an
else?
asshole thing.
Oh well, I think we're good. I think we're good without one this week. We've done
Okay.
every week for the past 3 weeks. We've had them, so
It's
it's okay
fine.
to have a break.
No, it's fine.
Just save it. We'll do it next time.
It's fine.
Speaking of next time, never mind. That won't matter. Never mind. Anyways, Jasmine, where can they find you?
They can find me over at Asminsta1721 on TikTok, Asminsta on Instagram. Oh my god, every time.
Could you not? You know, could
The whole episode I've been fine. Actually that's not true. I've yawned twice, but
I was gonna say when I was talking about Dungeons and Daddies, you were like,
it's because it started to get darker and my brain was like nappy time now. I gotta turn on some more lights, but it washed me out. Anyway, you can find me over at Asminsta on things. If you want to go follow my Twitch, you totally can. Summer is coming up. I will have more free time. I was going to over break, but I will be busy, so I will not. As time of recording, I will not have any time to do that. You can follow the show over at No Impulse Control on all the socials that actually matter. It's just the two that I like.
TikTok and Instagram.
That's the two that I like. And you can go grab merch over at thesoccerking1239.com. If you flip over to the third tab, there's a fourth wall link. Go grab some merch. Super comfy. It will be going off this weekend regardless. I'm taking it down this weekend. I need the
This
login for
weekend
fourth wall, by the way.
being-
The
this
one that we're
weekend
recording.
being- Okay.
The one that the one that this is posted by.
So this,
So,
I believe this one is coming
May
out. So
3rd. May 4th. May 4th it will be
is it
down.
safe? Okay, so
Merch will be up until May 4th.
we're setting it. And then if you're looking for merch after that, you can go to the same place. It'll just be different merch.
Yeah, new
and
stuff will be up.
potentially,
It'll be, yeah.
I was gonna say potentially a phone case if you're interested, students. Because I know a couple of my kids were like, "Oh, those are cool phone cases." It was the old one. It was our,
Yes, you and I should chat. Because I
Okay.
have some ideas.
You can find me at TSK1239 or the Soccer King 1239 on whatever you're looking me up on. Go find me. I always like a follow, but I'm not good at the socials, Either way, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.